the story of this one specific lady, and her name is Skittles. She was very scary, and she was a very nasty woman. We look out the window, and Skittles is in the parking lot with a gigantic chain, whipping it around the parking lot. Of course I took a video of it, because how are you supposed to not do that? She was wearing like a girdle, she was wearing a Shopkins t-shirt, and like costume jewelry, like children's costume jewelry, and she had a giant yellow chain, like an actual construction type chain wrapped in an X across her body. She just runs up and she starts like banging on the doors like,
I have to pee, get out. Okay, watch my stuff!
We decided that it would probably be best if we didn't serve her anymore. I have not seen her since. So I'm pretty sure the story is over. I'm pretty sure that's where it ends, but I don't know, she could come back. Anyway, that is my story. I actually had a completely different video. What is up, everybody? It's MadLibbs, and that's right, after fucking forever, it's time for another Storytime speed paint, and this one is actually a sequel to a previous one. You don't have to watch the other one to understand what's going on, but if you do want to see more of this crazy fucking crackheads addicts, you can watch the video right here. And now that that obligatory part is taken care of, we can actually get into the story, because I'm actually kinda excited to tell you guys. Now, for those of you who are confused and don't know who Skittles is and didn't go check out the other video to figure it out, I'll sum it up real quick. I used to work at this place that I did not name back then, but now that I don't work there anymore, I will name it. It was Taco Bell. And there was this crazy druggy lady who would come in all the time and order the Frito burrito or something with nachos on it. She would fight with children, she would beg for money, and oh yeah, she swung a giant fucking chain around in the parking lot one day and got picked up by the police. And by picked up, I mean they talked to her for 5 minutes and then decided to let her go so that she could come inside the Taco Bell and repeatedly scream, asking my boss if she was gay or not. Then she got banned from the store, and a totally different Taco Bell that my GM also owned. She got banned from both of those. And we hadn't seen her for about a month when the story was posted. And I thought that maybe we had seen the end of her. But oh god, was I so wrong. Now, the story I'm going to tell you actually happened about a month or two after I put up the first video. I put off telling it for a really long time because I'm going to be honest, this experience scared the shit out of me. It scared me so fucking bad that I almost didn't go to work the next day because I was worried that she was going to come back. However, it's been a long time, I don't work there anymore, and I've already told this story to a bunch of other people, so I'm pretty much over it already. And also, I feel like I would be cheating you guys out of a really good conclusion to this anime if I didn't tell you. So let's set the scene. It was a warm spring day, I believe, because I don't actually remember the month that this took place in and I'm too lazy to go check. And I decided to go into work because that was the day I was scheduled to work, and I was going to work because that is how work works. Anyway, as I was going in, I saw somebody. There was someone sleeping outside of the Taco Bell. Now, this didn't really surprise me, and I didn't really bother to check who it was because we had a whole bunch of homeless people that came in. A few of our regulars were actually homeless people, but they were always super chill, and they never really caused any problems, except for obviously Skittles and another psychotic man who tried to fight my boss. I will be telling that story later. So there was somebody sleeping outside, and I didn't really pay attention to who it was. I just kind of walked in. Boy, was that a mistake. That was the beginning of all my problems that day. So skip to later, and I was, at the register taking orders and stuff, when I saw the lady who was sleeping outside get up and come in. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really recognize her at first, because she wasn't wearing her usual insane outfit pictured beautifully by this fan art I got of her a while back. She didn't have her hair up to the side, she wasn't wearing her Shopkins shirt, she wasn't wearing that weird waist trainer and yoga pants, she just had like a sweatshirt on, and she wasn't wearing sunglasses this time. She was just dressed like a regular human being. But as soon as she opened her mouth and asked for the Frito burrito, I immediately knew that it was her, and I fucking froze because I didn't know what to do, because I didn't want to be the person who had to tell her that she was banned when she came back. That was like my worst fear, but here I was, standing there, having to tell her that she was banned. She asked for the Frito burrito, or whatever had nachos in it that she could get for $2, and I just stood there and I was like, well, you see, let me check that, and I just kind of stood there at the register like, just completely frozen for a few seconds, and then I decided to just run and get my manager. Now, this wasn't the manager that banned her from the store. This was a completely different one, because we had a bunch of, shift leads, and then we had the GM. The general manager is the one who banned her. But I went up to my manager at the time, and I was like, so this lady's here, and, our manager said that we can't have her in the store anymore. You remember her. And she was like, who? And I was like, the lady, the crazy lady. So I went to another employee, and I was like, hey, remember the crazy lady who was trying to fight children and almost got arrested that one time? And said that, we can't have her in the store anymore. And they were like, oh my god, is she back? So my manager went up and told her and was like, ma'am, you're not allowed in the store anymore. That was another mistake, because I was standing next to my manager, and fucking Skittles saw me go get my manager. So Skittles started kind of freaking out, not too much, but she was panicking. She was like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
She was like, I was told that you were, got into some fights with people and that you were picked up by the police.
No, that never happened. I never had no trouble with the police.
Which was a bold-faced fucking lie, because 5 employees were around when it happened, and they all remember it because she was insane. But she was just like,
I never did that. What are you talking about? I haven't been here in 2 months.
And bans usually last longer than 2 months if you're fighting children, Skittles, I'm sorry to say. She was just standing there being like,
okay, we'll have the manager call me. I'll write down my number.
And then she left. For 2 hours. In those 2 hours, we called the general manager and we were like, hey, listen, she wants you to call her. She's probably gonna call you. She says that somebody else is gonna pick up the phone. She says that her name is a name that I don't remember. It was Jennifer, something like that. Janice, something with a J. Our manager was like, listen, I do not want her in the store. If she shows up again, call the police. Those were the original orders we were given, but considering she just walked in and asked for a Frito burrito, I didn't want to call the police on her. But like I said, she didn't leave for very long. About 2 hours later, I saw her running up to the store, and I was scared, I'll be honest, because when you see a crackhead running towards you, that is a sign you need to run for your life. But luckily, she didn't come up to the register at first. She actually ran into the bathroom, and she was looking me dead in the eyes the whole time in absolute fear, like a deer in a headlight, so she fucking knew she wasn't supposed to be in there. And I was just like, ma'am, you're not supposed to, ma'am. And then she ran into the bathroom and she locked the door. So I had to go get my other manager because the first one left. And I was like, the crazy lady's back? And I think she locked herself in the bathroom. I don't know if it's locked. I didn't want to go check. And we didn't really know what to do. We know that the general manager told us to call the police, but we didn't really want to call the police and just be like, hey, there's a lady in here, we don't like, get her out. That seemed kind of petty. We only wanted to call the police if it was serious. So we were all trying to figure out what to do, and I actually had a couple of friends who were there, because we were going to hang out once I got off work. One of my friends, who I'm going to call Larry, was like, hey, do you want me to go talk to her? I'll go tell her that she needs to leave so that you guys don't get in trouble. And I was like, yeah, you can do that. So we all huddled together like fucking the Scooby-Doo gang, and we walked down to the bathroom, and my friend Larry decided that he was going to put on his fucking big boy voice. He slammed on the door and was like, hey, you need to get out of here. And I was like, oh, god damn. I have never heard Larry sound that mad before. And she was like,
what do you want?
So he kept knocking and being like, you need to get the fuck out of here. And I was like, holy shit. And Skittles was just all,
what the fuck do you want? What do you want? Why are you knocking on the door?
And as soon as we heard her scream, we all ran to the back of the store in panic because, like I said, she was a scary person. So we all gathered together again, as far away from the bathroom as possible, to figure out what was going on. A couple of customers were actually there trying to be like, okay, maybe you could do this, maybe you could do that. And periodically, Skittles would open the door of the bathroom to scream at us. She'd just open it and stick her head through the crack and be like,
shut the fuck up! I can hear you! Shut the fuck up!
And then she'd slam the door. She did that 4 or 5 times until she was done doing whatever she was doing in there. I don't know if she was washing herself or changing or whatever. And she came out and she started fucking screaming at me. Directly at me. This is exactly why I didn't want to be the one to tell her that she was banned, because I was scared this was gonna happen. And it did happen. She had the thought in her mind that because I had to break the news to her, or I had to help break the news to her, that I was the one who decided to ban her. And I know that me and another coworker were the ones who told our general manager, like, hey, we don't know if she should be in the store anymore or what. But she thinks that I made the executive decision, that I told everyone and was like, hey, she's not allowed here anymore. I don't want her in the store anymore. I was not the one who did that, but in her mind, I was. So she was standing there and she was fucking screaming at me. She was just like,
hey, fuck you, bitch. Oh, I can sleep outside, but I can't come inside.
And I was just standing there, half fear, half retail employee, absolute deadness and emptiness inside, just being like, ma'am, I'm not the one who... But, ma'am, the manager... I kept trying to say the manager is the one who did it, and she was like,
well, let me see the manager. Where's the manager?
We were like, ma'am, you gave the manager your number to call you. We told you the manager's not here.
Show me the manager.
Ma'am, the manager...
Show me the manager.
Ma'am...
I can sleep outside, but I can't come inside.
Like, fucking freaking out. And then in the middle of cussing me out, she stops, and she goes...
and I'm sorry.
Like, in the most calm voice, and that was really fucking funny to me. She was like,
you forgot, bitch, and I'm sorry, but I can't sleep outside.
And I was like, oh my god. She even called me glasses at one point, which I thought was really funny. And she kept telling me, quote for quote, I'll call you on your shit, bitch. She was like,
I'm not gonna fight you.
And in my head, I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a little reassuring.
I'm not gonna fight you, but I'll call you on your shit. I'll call you on your shit, bitch. Call you on your shit. Glasses.
And it kind of, I tried to not laugh. Eventually, my manager came up behind me to, like, protect me, or, like, at least make sure that I was okay, and she called her out, too. She was like,
oh, why you got her behind you? Are you scared of me or something?
And in my head, I was like, yes? What do you mean? You're a psychotic crackhead who's screaming at me. Yes, I'm scared of you. After getting screamed out for a long time, or what felt like a long time, it was probably like less than a minute, one of the guys who was working the register next to me decided to be an absolute goddamn hero and step in. He like stepped in front of me and was like, hey, you need to fucking calm down. And I was like, oh, 2 angry boys today, okay. And she went off on him too, and she kept saying, and I quote, I'll beef with you in the parking lot. She kept threatening to beef with him in the parking lot as he was telling her that she needed to calm down. And then this went on for another minute or two, and then my other manager decided to show up and calm her down as best she could. She actually managed to get her out of the store, and I hated that manager. This is a different one, by the way, because we usually have 2 on shift at once. I hated this person. But after this day, I had some respect because she was able to calm down a psychotic crackhead and get her out of the store. As soon as she got out of the store, we all ran up, we all locked the doors, and we called the police. And the police decided to be absolute shitlords and not show up for 45 minutes. 45 minutes! They didn't even show up as she was walking around outside. I don't know what she was doing. She was pacing and talking, and here's the reason that I got scared, by the way. Apparently she was talking about me. She was like yelling about me outside. And I know this because somebody who came in for their shift stopped to talk to her for a minute. And she came in and said that she was screaming about a blonde girl with glasses. So we were all inside waiting for the cops to show up. We actually unlocked the door for customers so that we could still work. So in the midst of all this, I was like, I don't know what to do, man. She's out there screaming, hi, how are you? This is Taco Bell. Can I take your order? Oh my God. It was an adventure. The cops eventually did show up, and I asked my boss if I could leave early, and she said, yeah. It wasn't that early. It was like 15 minutes before the end of my shift. And I got in the car with my friends, and I think we went to the mall or something after that, or we just went back home and hung out. I don't remember. I was talking to my other boss about it, the one who first told her that she wasn't allowed in the store, and I was like, I don't know if I want to come in. She's like, oh my God, Libby, she's not gonna do anything. And I was like, I don't trust crazy people. I'm sorry. I feel bad for her and all because she's homeless and probably had a real shitty life, but I don't trust her not to fucking try and fight me, considering she was yelling and saying she was gonna beef with someone in the parking lot while basically trying to jump over the counter. She wasn't trying to jump over the counter, but she was like jumping up so that she could be at his height because he was like way taller than her. But you know what I'm saying. I did end up going to work the next day. I had a knife in my pocket just in case. Nothing happened, but that doesn't mean she didn't come back. Apparently she came back when I was not on my shift. She came back around 7 because, like I said, she thinks I'm the one who banned her. And my dumbass manager served her. She actually served her. She came in and she was like, hey, remember me? And she took her order and she gave her food. So basically, she just kept encouraging her to come back, even though our general manager said she was not allowed. And I asked her why. I was like, why the fuck did you do that? Because she told me about it later. She was like, that lady came back. And she was like, I was scared of her. And I was like, yeah, but she's not supposed to be here. Now you're going to have to be scared of her more because she's going to keep coming back. It was a lot. Luckily, though, like I said, she never came back on my shift, so I personally never saw her again. And that's the end of the story, because I ended up quitting a couple months after that for unrelated reasons. So that was a doozy. God, I messed up so much in this video. I didn't write a script for this like I usually do, because I was thinking about it so much and I've told this story so many times, I decided to just jump into it and record kind of on the spot. So if there's a lot of cuts or mess ups, that's why. This looks like it's going to be a long video. I'm looking at the recording now and it's like 20 minutes long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this satisfied your urge to know what happened to Skittles, or at least your urge of crazy person stories for the day. If you like the drawing I'm showing on screen now, there's a link in the description. Go into my Instagram where I am the most active. Follow me on there, or these other social medias if you don't have that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, definitely don't forget to subscribe and join the madness. See ya!